Margaret Sanger, the founder of Planned Parenthood, is considered a great hero because of her passion for women's health and equality issues, especially as represented by women's right to control her own fertility. From the pro-choice perspective, she was a feminist advocate for underprivileged women who wanted a safer option than abortion. Her worldview was created from a difficult childhood home life. This made her become one of the greatest Darwinists of the 20th century. Sanger embraced social evolution as the driving force in the world and followed its tenets to their logical conclusions. Though her views were once considered crazy, they have become mainstream and gone global. This may be her most enduring legacy. Pro-life and pro-choice often bicker over the rights to our bodies, like abortion and the use of birth control. Margaret Sanger created birth control in October of 1916. She created birth control to help regulate unwanted population.
A phrase or a sentence.
Do you believe in sin? When I say believe, I don't mean believe in committing sin. Do you believe there is such a thing as sin?
Well, I think the greatest sin in the world is bringing children into the world that have disease from their parents, that have no chance in the world to be a human being, practically. Delinquents, prisoners, all sorts of things just marked when they're born. That, to me, is the greatest sin that people can have.
And arrested her in Portland for distributing unwanted birth control pamphlets. She was arrested 7 more times in the following years. Today, birth control is more regulated than it is back then. Distributing birth control was illegal in 1914 due to the Federal Comstock Act of 1873. Sanger was 6 of 11 children. She attended Claverack College, then took nurses training in New York at the White Plains Hospital in Manhattan Eye and Ear Clinic. She was married twice to William Sanger in 1900 and after a divorce to J. Noah H. Slee in 1922. Today, things like birth control mean different things to different people. As Christians, the use of birth control is a thing that is generally looked down upon because it can be seen as a form of abortion. To others, birth control is a positive thing because it can be a relief of menstrual cramps, PCOS, ovarian cancer, and PMS. And for others, birth control for preventing birth is seen as empowering because they have full control of their body. As Christians, we know we are responsible for representing the Word of God, and we know that our body is God's and not for our own personal gain. The use of birth control can be a personal conviction that they should pray about before using, because some will say the use of birth control can be preventing God's will by stopping you from having a child. Even if it is being used for medical reason, it can still stop you from doing something that God wanted for your life. Taking birth control for medical reasons should not be seen as a negative thing, because it is helping a person better themselves, but it should be something you pray about before taking. People who side with pro-choice believe that we have a right to our bodies because being pro-choice, they are more than likely not Christians and don't believe that our bodies belong to God and that we are God's children, so things like abortion and birth control are okay for them to do. Some pro-choicers will argue that it's population control and that some people don't deserve to have kids, so abortion should be allowed. In conclusion, Margaret Sanger created birth control and tried her best to distribute birth control to poor people. To some, she was a saint. To others, she created an easier form of abortion. As Christians, we know to take it for the right reasons and to pray about it. Everyone has different convictions and reasons for taking it.